Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, I'm Patti, and on Mondays I make gnomes and animals and characters, and on Thursdays I do budget-friendly home decor and packaging ideas, gift packaging ideas. If any of that interests you, be sure and like, subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified when I have a new video upload. Today we are going to make this adorable little garden gnome. Got a little flower pot for his hat, got little feet. If you want to know how to make this guy, stick around. I'll show you how. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. Okay, for this one, I'm just going to take a 2.5-inch flower pot and I'm just going to paint it like a lime green color. Then I'm going to come back in with some little white paint and I'm just going to take with real fine brush and I'm just going to put little dots all over it. Just kind of space them out a little bit. Okay, next I'm just going to take this little foot mold and some oven baked clay and I'm just going to go ahead and fill the cavity up full. Make sure that you get the toes completely pushed in there good and fill the entire thing up. You want to make sure that it's flat when you get done on the bottom part. And then a little bit later, we're going to start building these up. But just go ahead and get the foot formed in there good. And then go ahead and take it out and do exactly the same thing with the second foot. Rolling it to make it flat, it really helps it. Okay, next I'm going to take some wire. I'm going to cut this at about 2.5 inches in length each. And we are going to put these inside of these feet. Okay, then we're just going to take some pliers and we are going to curl the end of it up and then make the other wire stand straight up. So you're going to flatten that out like a foot and then make the other wire stand up. And then we are just going to dig into this clay with these, kind of just dig them, like digging into them to get them put in there. And then we're going to add some other clay on top of these just to hold those in real well, just kind of smooth it out really good. And then we're going to bake these at 275 degrees for 25 minutes. Just make sure you get them smooth. Okay, next we're going to take a 1 7/8 inch pipe insulation and cut it to 3 1/4 inches in length. Then we're going to take some fabric that's 7 3/4 by 5 inches. And we're going to hem up the 5-inch side on just one side. And then we're going to roll our noodle up in it. So just go ahead and put some glue down one side and then just roll it up. Kind of make it in the center because you want it to hang over on both sides. And then just glue that down. Okay, then we're going to take some scissors and we're just going to cut some slits, like 1/2-inch slits all the way around. And then we're going to glue these to the noodle. And we're going to do this on both ends. Okay, then I'm just going to take like a 1 3/4 inch circle of felt and I'm just going to attach it on both ends. You can use any kind of fabric you want to. Next, we're going to take a piece of blue jean material that's 6 3/4 by 3 1/2 inches. And we are just going to go ahead and glue down the short side and fold it over and let that cool off a little bit. Then we're going to turn it halfway inside so that the bottom has a finished out seam. So you're just going to turn it into each other, the sides. Make sure that they're even on the top, and then we're just going to go ahead and glue those all the way around at the top part. And this is going to be an apron. Okay, next I'm taking a 3 1/2 inch by 1 5/8 inch piece of jean material, and I'm going to make a pocket. So I'm going to turn it and glue it down one side, and then halfway down the opposite side, fold that over, and then we're going to turn it right side out. And the easiest way to do this is to probably just get some pliers. We'll go ahead and cut your corners off a little bit and then get your pliers to help you turn it right side out. And then I'm going to use a combination of my pliers and a bone folder to kind of smooth it out a little bit. Just kind of shape it out there. Then go ahead and take the top part, fold it down about 1/4 inch, and we're just going to finish out the top seam. And then we're just going to glue this right to the apron. Okay, then go ahead and put your apron onto your gnome. Pull it all the way down to the bottom, and then we're going to overhang it about 1/2 inch. Next, we're going to turn to the bottom of this, and we are just going to poke 2 holes on each side, kind of in the center, and that's where we're going to put our feet. Just make sure that you get it into the noodle part and not through the hole in the center of the noodle. Now I'm just checking my balance right here, and then we're going to come back in and we're going to put 2 little 5/16 inch weights on both sides. Just go ahead and glue them in. Just make sure that they're straight. And then we are going to cover these with some clay, and then we are going to bake them again. This is going to be like his leg, the lower part of his leg. Just take some of the same clay, roll it out, and then we're just going to wrap it around the little nuts there, kind of smooth it down at the bottom, and then cut off the excess at the top, because you want it to be flush with the top part of those little nuts. And then you're going to do the same thing with the opposite side, and this time we're going to bake these for 20 minutes at 275 degrees. Just make sure you got it smoothed out. Okay, next we're going to cut the beard, and we're going to cut it at 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. And then just go behind the faux fur only in a U shape from one side to the other, going down to that little dot. And then go ahead and clean off the excess hair. Then we're going to go ahead and glue it to the top part of our gnome. Just go ahead and put a couple of strands of glue on there, and then glue it to the very, very top. Next, I'm going to make some little garden gloves. I'm just cutting the same felt that I use on the top and the bottom. And I'm going to cut these probably at about an inch is how big they are, about 1 inch by 1 inch. And I'm just going to freehand cut this. If you need to, you can get a little pattern online and just shrink it down, but it's just really just a little mitten. Just kind of curve around there and make a thumb, and then make the other part for the rest of the glove, and then just make them exact. You can use that pattern on your second one. Okay, next I'm just going to use some white pipe cleaner. I'm just going to fold it in half, then fold it in half again, and then I ended up changing it up a little bit. I'm cutting it off a little bit shorter. Same thing with the second one. I had folded that one over in half, and they were just a little bit too long, so we're going to cut them at about 3 3/4 of an inch. Then go ahead and fold over the top part, and then we are going to twist this together. And then the part that's going to go into the glove, because it wouldn't take 2 pieces of pipe cleaner, we're just going to fold back where it goes into the glove. We're just going to fold one section back, so you'll only have 1 pipe cleaner going into the glove. And then we're going to just take our fabric, and we're just going to go ahead and roll it up in it. So go ahead and glue down this one side, and then roll it up. And the measurement on this, I'll give you here in a second. I went ahead and just did this as I was going. But it ends up being 2.5 by 3 inches. And then go ahead and hem up one end. And then we're just going to roll it up inside of it. Just make sure that the piece hanging over the edge is the part that's going to go into the glove. And then do the same thing with the second arm. Next, we're just going to go ahead and make the gardening gloves. We're just going to go around the outside edge all the way around except for on the bottom and glue these together. And then do exactly the same thing for the second one. And then we're just going to glue our hands right in there, or our arms right in there. Okay, go ahead and take the arms and go ahead and glue the fabric down to it pretty tight. And then we're going to go ahead and put it inside of our gloves, and then we're going to glue it inside the glove. Okay, just push them in there as far as you can. They should go pretty far on up. And then we're going to go ahead and glue them in. Just put a little bit of glue, spot glue underneath it on both sides. And then with the thumbs facing forward, we're going to go ahead and hold it up to our gnome, and we're going to bend the top parts over. Just probably about maybe a 1/2 inch. And then we're going to go ahead and glue them on. Just put a little bit of glue right underneath there, and then we're going to come back here in a minute, and we're just going to tie those on. Just take your string, wrap it around, and then do 2 loops and go ahead and pull it tight. And then we're going to come back to the front and tie it off in the front. Next, we're just going to take a pea-sized piece of the clay, put it down on the bottom to give him a heel so he's not so flat-footed. And it also helps with his balance. So just go ahead and smooth it out just at the heel area and then kind of blend it down towards the front. And then we're going to bake them again at 275 degrees for 15 minutes. Next, I'm just going to take some little boxwood twigs that I had, and I'm going to go ahead and just add it right to the top part of the hat. Just stick it right through the center hole on there. Okay, once you get all those in, then we're just going to lift it up and we're just going to put some glue right inside the hat. Just kind of put a big dollop of glue right in there to hold those in. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and attach the apron. You want to come down a 1/2 inch from the bottom, and then we're going to go ahead and just glue it all the way around. Then to cover up that top ledge, we're just going to take a ribbon and we're going to go all the way around to the back, and then we're just going to tie it off in a bow. Next, we're going to go ahead and attach the feet, and we've already cut our holes for that, so just go ahead and make sure that they stand up good. Make sure that your toes are your big toe is facing inward on both of them, and then go ahead and glue them in. And glue around the top part and the base part. And then just make sure that they're even. Okay, next we're going to attach the hat. Just put some glue in the very back part of the hat and just kind of lean it up against his back. Then I'm going to take a 15mm half bead and I'm going to put his nose on with it. Just lift it right up underneath the hat. And then we're going to go ahead and lean him back, and we're going to put a little dollop of glue on top of the nose and where it connects to the hat. Alright, then I'm just going to take some greenery. I'm just going to put it in a little can that I had so that he has a little garden. Okay, then I just gave him a couple of little miniature gardening tools. I'm putting a little shovel in his pocket. I'm going to put some little trimmers in his hand. And then I'm going to put a little rake and a little shovel in his other hand. Alright, there he is. He's super cute. If you enjoyed this video today, be sure and give me a like. And if you want to see future videos like this, be sure and subscribe and ring that bell to be notified when I have a new video upload. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it.